Number 7. Why time feels faster as you age. Have you ever noticed something strange when you were a child? One year felt like forever. Summer vacations felt endless. Waiting for your birthday felt slow. But now, months disappear without warning. You blink, and suddenly it's December again. This isn't your imagination. It's because your brain measures time based on new experiences, not the clock. When you're young, almost everything is new. Your brain records more details because it has never seen those things before. So the days feel longer, but as you grow older, life becomes predictable. You repeat the same routine again and again, and your brain stops recording small moments. So instead of remembering many unique experiences, it remembers only a few. That's why time seems to move faster. Here's the hidden truth. If you want life to feel slower, you don't need more time, you need more new experiences, because novelty stretches time, and routine compresses it. But time isn't the only thing your brain changes. Sometimes it makes you forget things instantly, even when you were just told them seconds ago. Number 6. Why you forget names. So quickly, you meet someone new. They clearly tell you their name. You hear it, but just a few seconds later, you realize you forgot it. Most people think this means they have a bad memory, but that's not true. The real problem is attention. During introductions, your brain is usually busy thinking, do I look confident? What should I say next? Am I making a good impression? So while the person is speaking, your mind is distracted, and your brain only stores information that receives full attention. That's why you can remember song lyrics from years ago, but forget a name from 10 seconds ago. Your memory is not weak, it's selective. Here's the simple trick experts use when someone tells you their name. Repeat it silently once in your mind. That small action tells your brain, this matters. And suddenly, remembering becomes easier. But memory isn't the only thing your brain controls. Sometimes your brain makes decisions before you even realize you're deciding. Number 5, why your brain decides before you do. Most people believe they make decisions logically. They think they carefully analyze choices. They compare options. They think first, then act. But the truth is often the opposite. Your brain usually decides first, and your mind creates the explanation later. You feel the answer before you think about it. For example, you see 2 products. One immediately feels right, so you choose it. Later, you explain the decision logically. It's better quality. It looks nicer. It's the smarter choice. But the real decision happened emotionally, in less than a second. Because the brain is designed for speed. It uses shortcuts to make fast decisions. These shortcuts help you act quickly, but they also cause mistakes. This is why first impressions are so powerful, why advertisements influence people, why some decisions are later regretted, and once you understand this, you start becoming more aware of your choices. Because the next thing on this list goes even deeper. It's about something most people trust completely, their own memories. Number 4. Why your memory lies to you. Most people believe their memories are like recordings. You think if something happened. Your brain saved it exactly as it was. But the truth is surprising. Your memory is not a camera, it's a storyteller. Every time you remember something, your brain doesn't replay the memory, it rebuilds it. And during that rebuilding process, small details change. You add emotions, you remove facts, you mix imagination with reality. That's why 2 people can experience the same event and remember it completely differently. One person remembers the argument as calm, the other remembers it as intense. Both feel certain. Both believe they are right. Because the brain protects your identity. It edits memories to make your story make sense. This is also why childhood memories sometimes feel clearer than they really were. You remember the feeling, not the exact details, and here's the deeper insight. Confidence in a memory doesn't mean accuracy. You can be completely sure and completely wrong at the same time. That realization changes how you see arguments, relationships, and even your past. Because the next thing on this list explains something even more mysterious. Sometimes your brain doesn't just change memories, it makes you see patterns that were never there. Number 3. Why your brain sees patterns everywhere. Have you ever looked at clouds and suddenly seen a face? Or noticed the same number appearing again and again and thought it meant something? That's not coincidence. That's your brain doing its job. The human brain is a pattern-detecting machine. Thousands of years ago, this ability kept humans alive. If early humans heard a rustle in the bushes, their brain quickly connected the sound to danger. Even if it was just the wind, assuming danger increased survival. So, evolution trained your brain to find patterns fast, even when none exist. This is why people see shapes in random objects. Why gamblers believe they are on a winning streak. Why rumors spread quickly. Your brain prefers meaning over randomness. It feels uncomfortable with chaos, so it creates order. Sometimes that's helpful, but sometimes it leads to false beliefs. You connect events that are not related. You assume causes without evidence. You see signals where there are only coincidences, and once you understand this, you become more careful with conclusions. Because the next concept is even more powerful, it explains why people often stay stuck, even when they know what to do. Number 2, why change feels so hard. You know what you should do. Wake up earlier, exercise regularly, stop procrastinating, save more money. The knowledge is there, but action doesn't happen. And most people blame laziness. But the real reason is deeper. Your brain is designed to protect energy. For most of human history, energy was survival. Food was limited. Movement was risky. So the brain developed a simple rule. Stay comfortable. Avoid unnecessary effort. That rule still exists today. Every time you try to change a habit, your brain sees it as a threat. Not because the change is bad, but because it's unfamiliar. And unfamiliar things feel dangerous. So your brain pushes you back into routine. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. I'm too tired today. I'll do it later. It feels like weakness, but it's actually resistance from your survival system. Here's the important insight. Change doesn't fail because people lack motivation. Change fails because the brain loves familiarity. And once you understand that, you stop fighting yourself. You start making smaller steps. You build momentum slowly. Because the final thing on this list explains the deepest truth of all. It explains why people chase happiness, but rarely feel satisfied. Number 1, why happiness never lasts. Most people spend their entire lives chasing happiness. They believe, when I get that job, I'll be happy. When I buy that house, I'll be happy. When I achieve that goal, I'll finally feel satisfied. And for a short moment, they do. You get the promotion, you buy the new phone, you reach the milestone. There's excitement, there's pride, there's relief. But then something strange happens. The feeling fades. Not because you failed, not because the achievement didn't matter, but because your brain quickly resets. This is called adaptation. Your mind is designed to return to a normal emotional level, no matter how big the success or how painful the failure. That's why the new phone feels amazing on day 1, normal by week 2, and ordinary by month 3. It's also why people who win the lottery eventually return to their usual level of happiness, and why difficult situations slowly start to feel manageable. Your brain adjusts, it normalizes, it moves the goalpost forward. And here's the deeper truth most people never realize. Happiness is not a destination. It's a moving target. The more you chase it directly, the faster it runs away. But when you focus on progress, meaning, relationships, and small daily wins, happiness shows up quietly in the background, not as a constant high, but as a steady sense of satisfaction. That's why some people with very little feel content, while others with everything still feel empty. Because happiness doesn't come from having more. It comes from appreciating what already exists while continuing to grow. And once you understand this, you stop waiting for happiness to arrive someday. You start building it every single day.